For more than 40 years, Averett University's athletics programs have competed in the USA South. Now we begin a new era as a member of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. We will continue to build on our traditions. We'll continue to develop our student athletes into tomorrow's leaders as catalysts for positive change. With 24 NCAA and club varsity sports, we'll bring championship aspirations, high academic success, and a focus on community service. We bring first-class facilities, and we will continue to build for the future. We'll renew old rivalries and create new ones in the ODAC. We'll do it as one team, one family, one Averett.
Hello and welcome to Averett Sports Network. My name is Chris Richmond. Alongside me is the one and only Corey Baldwin. As we're bringing you today's matchup, we got two games today. First is going to be the women's basketball team here at Averett University taking on the Ferrum College Panthers today. And then right after at 4:30, the men's basketball team is going to be tipping off here at 4:30. So today's matchup, we got Ferrum College coming in here 10-13, 6-10 in the ODAC. The Averett University Cougars coming in 4-18 and 2-13 in the ODAC. Trying to come in there and sneak a conference win here on Alumni Day. As we're getting into the starting lineups here in the national anthem. Give a quick rundown of the starters for both sides. It's going to be for Averett, number 2, Elisa Harris, a freshman guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Number 4, Talia Prosper, a junior guard out of Manassas, Virginia. You got number 20, Skylar Jones, a freshman out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Got 21, Olivia Gardner, and we'll be right back after the national anthem started a little bit sooner than expected, so we'll be right back. And we are back here with Averett Sports Network, closing in on the tip-off here. Coming into this one, the Cougars are ranked number 8th in the nation when it comes to offensive rebounds. They have 2 front runners on their squad that kind of gets the dirty work done for them on the offensive boards. Janez Hutchinson, who is first in the ODAC in offensive rebounds, and also you got Olivia Gardner, the transfer, who is 8th in the ODAC in total rebounds at 7.1. So a couple players to keep an eye on when coming into this one. Tip-off is won by the Cougars as Gardner is going to swing this one out to Jones on the right side. Kicks it back out to Prosper. And they're going to reset here, set up their offense here for the Cougars. Mid-range shot, though, for Jones going to be off the mark and rebounded by the Panthers.
And, you know, Chris, I do believe this is a must-win game here for our Lady Cougars in order to stay alive here for tournament time.
So the Panthers now have the ball. It's going to be Cabinets now dishing it down to Martin. Martin gets fouled hard down on the baseline there. Reaching at that shoulder, was a little shaken up, but it appears that she's going to be all right. So it's going to lead to an inbound here for the Panthers. Deep pass out at the top of the key to Lewis. Now Martin driving through, kicks it back out to Lewis. Deep mid-range shot. It's going to be off the mark and rebounded by Gardner.
And that shot looked good. You know, the rotation on that, I mean, would have thought it was all money, but.
So now Jones driving through, is going to kick it over to Hutchinson. Back to Jones. Jones going to take another mid-range shot. This time is on the mark, and the Cougars strike first here in the Grant Center with 2 points. They're going to take a 2-0 lead.
And you see Hutchinson down there battling in the post against Ferrum. Ferrum gets it to the middle. Drive shot is up off the glass and good. Demisha Canada.
And the Panthers doing a great job there, beating that 2-3, just passing around and find the, I want to say open man, but that was a tough layup through contact to get that one to go. As the layup for the Cougars are off the mark. Now the Panthers in transition. Layup is put up by number 1, Kayla Cabinets. The senior guard out of Martinsville, Virginia, puts it up and gets it to go to take a 2-point lead here for the Panthers. So now Gardner at the top of the key, swings it over to Prosper on the left wing. Back over to Jones. Now Harris with the ball at the right wing, comes off the screen by Hutchinson. Deep 3 for Harris, going to be off the mark and is going to go out of bounds. So the Panthers will take another possession after great defense and getting another stop.
And that shot by Harris, I mean, it was kind of looking like she didn't really want to shoot it at first, you know, but she got to read the defense that time, you know, going under the screen. Has a tough take there by number 1, Kayla Cabinets. Gets the bucket to go. And the last 2 possessions, that's what it's been, you know. Cougars not stopping ball and allowing offense to penetrate all the way down and get to the paint.
Now the Cougars, who opened up pretty strong defensively, has been kind of letting up too much penetration, as Corey just mentioned. And now Prosper driving through. She's able to draw the foul on the tough layup. Couldn't get the layup to go, but she will go to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be the first 2 free throws of the game for either squad. First free throw is going to be off the front of the rim. Talia Prosper coming in this one averages 9.6 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists. It's kind of that front runner for the Cougars. She put up a season high with 18 points versus Guilford.
And the Panthers now just swinging it around. Skip pass. Ball hits the middle. And shot is up from the wing, and it is good. Number 15, Asia Martin, with the beautiful stroke there.
And again, that's just nice work, working through that 2-3 and just catching them out of rotation and getting a wide open 3-point shot. Now Harris able to connect for the Cougars, finally get some points up on the board offensively. to bring it back within 4 points. Now the Panthers continue to pass the ball around, but Hutchinson this time cutting off the pass and getting the steal. Now in transition, gets it over to Prosper. And the pass was just a little bit too much for Prosper to keep up with. That's going to be a turnover in transition there for the Cougars and a missed opportunity to bring this one a little bit closer.
Definitely a missed opportunity as that was off the mark, rebounded, but now taken away by the Panthers.
That was Asia Martin who missed the layup. Didn't waste no time to put up the layup after the stop, but then got back and hustled to take a turnover here for the Panthers. But the Cougars stand up on defense and get the transition bucket to go. It's going to be Hutchinson, who, like I mentioned, does a lot of that dirty work here for the Cougars. Gets it done on the offensive glass and also, as you can see here, finishes tough through contact. So she has her chance at a three-point play. She's not going to take a lot of three-pointers. That's how she's going to get her three-pointers done.
Yeah, and that's the kind of drive she has to take. You know, the last possession she had a turnover on the pass, which I think might have been a bounce pass instead of a chest pass, but that's what we need from Hutchinson, man, to just go ahead and take it all the way to the cup, put some pressure on the defense.
I believe we're going to have a foul here on the floor. It's going to be called on Hutchinson, as we have a couple of subs coming in here for the Cougars. Going to be taking out Prosper and Hutchinson, and coming in, it's going to be number 22, Asia Coleman, a freshman guard out of Lancaster, South Carolina, and also number 32, Natasha Pate, a junior center out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Pate comes in and adds a lot of height here for the Cougars, so they're not going to fall off at all when it comes to getting rebounds.
And that was a great defensive possession, but not able to finish it with a rebound. So a fresh 20 here for the Panthers, as having phenomenal ball pressure now.
So now Cabinets now on the left side is going to kick it over to Schreffler. Schreffler now step back jumper off the glass and has the touch there to hit for a deep three-point shot to take now a 5-point lead, as Harris is going to be the play caller here for the Cougars. Going to bring it up the left side here. Passes it over to Coleman. Coleman now coming off the screen by Gardner. Deep mid-range shot. It's going to be off the mark. Offensive rebound by Pate, and she puts it back up. Can't get it to go, but another offensive rebound, but can't execute on the second chance effort.
And a tough one there for Pate. I mean, two great offensive rebounds, and wow, no Olay defense there, allowing an easy drive to the lane by Schreffler. And we'll have a timeout here on the floor. We'll be right back after this.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back after the timeout on the floor. And if you're now just joining, welcome. I am Corey Baldwin here with Chris Richmond here on the call, as your ladies trail by 7 here in the first quarter.
You know, you see sparks of good so far in the first quarter. They fall 7 points, but they've had some good moments here, especially on the board count as well. Just got to get it together offensively. The Panthers have yet to make a sub so far, as the Cougars made another sub at that timeout. Rihanna Evans a freshman guard out of Greenville, South Carolina, came into the game for the Cougars, but the Panthers still rolling with their starting five here. As Evans going to pick up a foul here. I believe got tangled up there with Martin. So Hutchison comes back into the game for the Cougars. Now the Panthers make their first sub of the game. It's going to be number 33, Aaron Harden, a guard, freshman guard out of Clifton Forge, Virginia, checks in the game here for the Panthers. So now deep mid-range shot here is going to be off the mark, rebounded by Evans, and now the Cougars push in transition here. Evans now finds a little bit of space, decides to drive through, tries to get it over the Pate, but that's going to be stole by Canada. And now Cabanis putting it up. It's going to be off the mark. And the Cougars pushing the other way. Evans driving through, and through contact, tough bucket there for Evans to get it to go, to bring it back within 5.
And a great job there by Evans. You know, sometimes she gets all the way and not able to finish, but a fantastic finish there that time for Evans.
And it hasn't been the lack of transition and good defense here for the Cougars. They just have to figure it out on the offensive end when they get those transitions. Worried about getting the ball through the hoop. They just need to go away from giving up turnovers like that. But that's going to be a transition bucket here for the Panthers. That's going to be Cabanis going up for 2.
And yes, you said it, Chris. Turnovers, man, a key piece to having a trailing start here in this first quarter. Turn the ball over and then transition defense. Great move there by Hutchison. Hutchison gets tied up, though, and we'll have a jump ball possession to the Panthers.
You know, it's always tough because the Cougars are getting it done in their set defense when not in transition, getting it done with the stops. But then they get the stops and give the ball right back, and the Panthers able to score in transition where a lot of their points have come from so far. So for the Cougars so far, just need to worry about slowing it down a little bit, being smarter with their passes.
Yeah.
It's now the Panthers in transition here. Schreffler thought about the 3 on the right wing, decided not to take it.
Another foul call here, and I believe this will be on Evans again.
So now Evans picks up her second here in the first quarter, coming off the bench. So 2 quick ones here for Evans as Pate checks out. And coming into the game is going to be number 14, Brianna Sams, a freshman forward out of Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. This is a kick out here. Corner 3 is going to be off the mark. Evans goes up for the rebound, tips it up, and it falls into the hands of Jones. So great effort there by Evans to keep that ball in the air and get it to a teammate. It's now Jones. Nice move driving through. Can't get the layup to go, but she will go to the line for a chance at 2 points here.
And so far, that's been really the bread and butter for the Cougars in this game, you know, just attacking downhill and getting to the free throw line.
And the Cougars haven't really wasted much time setting up an offense or driving towards the basket so far in this one. It's worked out for them, but it's also cost them as well. So interesting to see at the end of the first quarter how those adjustments come in and see what the Cougars move to. With that, his first free throw is off the mark. Second free throw is off the mark as well, but Prosper goes up and tries to ring it in, but it's going to be off the leg of Prosper. So now the Cougars go back into this press here.
A little full court, man to man. And the Panthers in, you know, a little motion type set now, calling a play. A little double stack action here. Shot is up and foul. And tough call there on Prosper. You know, Prosper playing hard defense that time, but just a little too much aggression there for the refs.
And, you know, that's where she finds herself in trouble a little bit because she plays so aggressive and so close on defense that she kind of gets herself in trouble when it comes to refs that don't give a little bit of leeway when it comes to playing that defense. She gets in foul trouble. Only her first, though, I believe. in this one. Second. It's going to be her second. So got to keep an eye on that, as she's kind of been the leader when it comes to defense and also offense here for the Cougars. So she's a key piece to this team. So now Evans set to be the play caller here for the Cougars on this possession. Got a double screen here, comes off the right side, swings over to Hutchinson. Hutchinson now dishes it to Jones. Goes back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson now kicks it out to Evans. Pump fake, gets a man in the air, drives through, and it looked like it was a clean move. I don't know about that one. Gets hit with the travel call, though.
Man, you see my body language up here. I'm not sure about that one either. Great job to get a defense in the air with a pump fake. Attack to the rim.
So now this is Harden now to set up the offense here for the Panthers. Bounce pass down to the post, and that was Canada going straight up over an Averett defender off the glass to go up by double digits here in the first quarter.
Yeah, strong post move there. Just one hard shoulder to the chest and up.
Now Prosper driving through, draws a foul. I believe that's going to be on Harden, and it will be.
And right now the Cougars just they're getting to the line, but they have to start making these free throws. You know, that's last couple of times they haven't getting to the charity stripe and not able to connect.
You know, the Cougars doing a great job of getting to the free throw line, but when they go up and make 1 out of 2 or make none of them, that kind of just gives a good defensive stop here for the Panthers.
Yeah, because Panthers have done a great job of one and dones on the defensive side, you know, rebounding, finishing plays.
As Prosper hits the first one. And the second one is good, so Prosper knocks down both her free throws here to bring it back within 8. Now Harden.
And a call from the official on the opposite side of the court. And you can see Coach really upset about that call, and that'll be Prosper's third, and she'll have to come out the ball game. You know, this is only the first quarter here.
And like you mentioned, head coach Desiree Driver is not happy about that one, especially when it's one of your leaders on this team just playing great defenses. It's not like she's going out there and not playing smart basketball. She's trying to get her hands up, trying to get a hand on the ball.
And that was a turnover coming, too, into the official's whistle.
So first free throw is good for Harden. You know, it's one of those things, like we mentioned before, she plays aggressive defense but gets herself in trouble sometimes just depending on the ref situation.
Yeah.
So now Harris back into the matchup here for the Cougars, setting up the plays here for the Cougars. Now Jones gets it over to Sam. Sam's thought about the mid-range shot, elects to go back out with the ball. So now Harris kicks it over to Gardner. Gardner in the corner goes back to Harris. Great defense for the Panthers so far. 6 seconds on the shot clock, driving through as Evans kicks it out to Sams, who hits the mid-range, but it doesn't count. That's going to be a foul call on Schreffler. It's going to bring Evans to the line, so the Cougars, without the foul call, would have had 2 points. We'll see if they go up to the line here and get the 2 points. And Evans, as Pate comes back into the game for the Cougars. First free throw off the mark, and those free throw mishaps still kind of happening at the end of the first quarter here for the Cougars, as the second free throw is good here for Evans.
And now Cougars looking to get a stop here as they're back in their full court pressure, trying to slow down the Panthers offense. And a great skip pass there to the corner, and that shot is good. Three-pointer by Oliver.
So now 11-point lead here for the Panthers with 12 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. Jones kicks it out, and she's going to get hit with the travel call.
And now just under 10 seconds here. in the first, and a tough turnover there by the Cougars. Had an opportunity at the end of the first quarter to, maybe get something to happen. But now the Panthers get that opportunity. And Schreffler set it up, takes it all the way, misses Pate with the rebound, and time winds out. So that'll be end of the first. 23-12 is the score. The Panthers lead it. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
We are back here with Averett Sports Network. My name is Chris Richmond. Alongside me is Corey Baldwin. For those just now checking in, scores 23-12. The Panthers on top here after the first quarter of play. 11 points. The Cougars, who have had 9 total free throws here in the first quarter, went 4 for 9, so leaving 5 free points up off the board. In a game where you're down 11 can mean a lot down the stretch. And also Talia Prosper, who is now in foul trouble just after the first quarter with 3 fouls in a game where you only get 5.
And, it's fouls like those right there, which I kind of think that was more of a jump ball than a foul. But, it's fouls like those that are called that are sneak back up on you when, like you said, when it's 5 fouls and then you're in a bonus. So Averett looking to calm down on those fouls here in this second quarter. And a great high-low there.
And another foul call this time on Jones. And, it's one of those things where you got to make adjustments quick as you see kind of the patterns of the officiating crew and how close they're going to call fouls and how much they're going to give. As that one again, Jones, another foul. As that one looked, it could have gone either way.
And that's, Chris, that's 3 fouls in one possession, honestly. So it's tough for the Cougars. As Rayana Evans, she picked up her 3rd foul, and she's now on the bench here in the second. And that first free throw is good for Canada. So now a 12-point game here.
And I believe now Jones, who wasn't in foul trouble, now has 2. So that's 2 starters, 1 with 3 and 1 with 2 for the Cougars. And just over a quarter of play. It's now Harris, step back jumper, sets her feet, gets the 3 to go. It's going to be off the mark, rebounded by Canada, and now the Panthers pushing the other way with a 13-point lead. Schreffler driving through, kicks it out. The Cabinets back to Schreffler. Schreffler kicks it over to the wing. And the Panthers just passing around, trying to beat this zone. Schreffler kicks it out. The Cabinets deep 3. It's going to be off the mark. And no need for a rebound there as it goes out of bounds on the Panthers. So the Cougars will take possession. Good defensive possession there for the Cougars. At this point, if you get the defensive stop and don't pick up a foul while doing it.
Yeah, great possession.
It's a great possession here. It's now Jones. Nice move to drive through a reach. from Cabinets. No foul call. It's going to go out on Jones.
Yeah, gotta protect the ball on drives. You know what I'm saying? You got the help side defense trying to get a reach in there. You gotta protect the ball at all times.
Schreffler now driving through down the left side, kicks it out to Lewis. Now over to Huffman. Back to Cabinets to reset here for the Panthers. She's going to drive down baseline left side off the glass and picks up a foul. And again, not a lot of leeway with these fouls here tonight.
And, you know, it's tough giving up the lane for the drive that time. Was Jones just a little open help, just a little bit more than she should have, as that free throw is off the mark. Averett now looking to be the aggressor here on offense as they swing it around.
Good heads up play there by Jones, defended closely on the edge. Was getting bumped. She elects to just throw it out on Schreffler to get a reset here for the Cougars. And I know I talked about the fouls, but at least the officiating crew is being consistent.
Yeah.
They're not giving a lot of room for error, but they are being consistent with the calls here. So it's just an adjustment that Cougars have to make. Now Coleman driving through on the right side. It's going to be off the mark. Pate tried to get a rebound there over two Panther defenders, but it's just going to go off her hands and give the ball back to the Panthers, now with a 15-point lead.
Jones with great ball pressure here at the top on Cabinets, making her work to get into the offense. Ball goes down low and shot up, rebounded, and foul call.
Great effort by Garner there to follow the rebound for Canada's miss and also pick up a foul while doing so.
And so now the Cougars just have to find a way to score here. The last couple possessions going without a score. That shot is up by Coleman, off the mark. Rebounded by the Panthers.
So now Cabinets, one-handed pass across the way to Huffman. And now Lewis going to give it back to Cabinets. Cabinets back to Huffman on the left wing. Gets it down to Lewis. Pass a little bit too high, but Lewis stays with it. Canada thought about the mid-range shot, but she's going to kick it out to Cabinets. And she gets the good bounce there for the Panthers to go in, and now takes a 17-point lead. As Harris coming off the screen is going to kick it out to Jones. Jones now driving through. Floater is good for Jones.
A nice touch there on the floater, Chris, as you just mentioned. You know, now it's just about getting 3 stops in a row here for the Cougars to bring some momentum here.
Three-point shot off the mark. Gardner goes up for the rebound, but misses it. Or it doesn't miss the rebound, but is poked out by Cabinets. And a tough collision there between Harris and Cabinets. Cabinets limping a little bit, but I believe she's all right. Harris will stay on the floor. So I believe both parties are okay in that collision. That was a tough hit. So now the Cougars take possession here. Harris now over to Sams. Sams back out to Coleman, over to Hutchinson. And still the Cougars trying to find an opening here, driving towards the basket. Harris now driving through. No call, but I believe that was Sams there, right?
That was Pate that time.
It was Pate.
Yeah, just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And a foul on Pate. A little bit of a hip check there.
I missed who got the rebound. That was a tough landing there for Harris.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see her jump up as much as she did. Or as quick as she did, I should say. Cougars, another foul here, sending Lewis to the line shoot 2. First free throw is going to be off the mark. Cougars back within 13 here. With 5 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the second quarter. As the second free throw is good. And now checking into the game for the first time, I believe, is going to be number 12. So Davia Felder, a senior guard out of Suitland, Maryland. So the Panthers have a 14-point lead. The Cougars are going to try to bring this down as much as they can before the quarter ends. And even after the whistle, Hutchinson just going up with the effort, getting it to go. Won't count, but
sometimes you need to see that ball go in the net, you know what I'm saying, to get that confidence. So I don't falter on that.
Now Harris wrapping around and gets the 3 to go. So the Cougars trying to build a little bit of momentum here.
And a quick foul call there. I believe that'll be on Harris. Says she was holding.
I didn't get a good eye on it, so I can't really speak on it too much.
And I see the coach is trying to argue that Panthers player Oliver was holding Harris, trying to get position in the post. But 9 times out of 10, the offensive player will more than likely get that call.
Second free throw off the mark, rebounded by Pate. Was close to getting the travel call there, but was able to get the pass off. Now Sams in the corner goes back to Harris. Back to Sams. Sams with a little bit of space here, gets the mid-range off. It's going to be off the mark. It's going to be out of bounds, called on the Panthers. Will give the Cougars a second chance here to not come up with the offensive rebound, but does get a second chance at some offense here. So now Pate in the post here, gets it out to Coleman. Coleman sets her feet. Three-pointer off the mark, but Pate again on the glass. Jump ball is called. It gives position over to the Panthers. And just pure aggression there from Pate, just going up. And
that's what you want, excuse me, Chris, but that's what you want out of your post player, man. You know, just be aggressive on both sides of the ball. Bring some energy to the team.
Now Schreffler driving down the baseline, going to try to sweep it out to Martin. Was tipped, but Martin comes up with it. Defended closely by Hutchinson. Great defense by Hutchinson. You hear the crowd getting a little bit louder. Now Schreffler gets the pass off. Nice pass and nice dish over to Felder. Right through the hands of Pate. As Pate was trying to be smart there, not picking up the foul. Just playing a little bit more back, and Schreffler was able to just zip that one by her to a wide open Felder. But you start to see a little bit more momentum here for the Cougars as they're getting a little bit louder. And now Pate has all the energy going here today, going through, picking up the contact, and gets a chance at a three-point play here.
And a tough and one that was for Pate. You know, a strong power dribble and through the contact to get the foul call and the bucket. So 33-21 is the score. Panthers still lead it. We'll be right back after the timeout.
So now Pate with a chance at a three-point play of her own to bring it back within 11. So the rest was clarifying that it's only one free throw, not two. As Pate made the layup, and she gets 3 points here for the Cougars. As Natasha Pate has just turned it up to a completely different level here recently in the second quarter. She's playing with a lot of aggression on the offensive glass and also in the offensive post as well.
And much needed there for the Cougars. As now Coleman putting ball pressure on Schreffler.
So that was
tough take there by Martin.
I believe Schreffler might have got away with one there. It looked like it was a carry, but
Russ been a little lenient there with as far as the carry calls. On both sides, though, you know, I have seen a couple of the Cougars get away with it as well, so can't be mad.
Yeah, calling it both ways, and that's one of the things that you kind of preach whenever reffing goes bad or you don't like it, you say call it both ways.
Yeah.
So they're at least doing that. It's now Jones gets it down to Pate. Pate through contact again, gets it to go, and that's 5 straight points there for Natasha Pate.
And a great find there from Jones just to put the right amount of touch on that pass to get it right into the hands of Pate in a comfortable position.
Three-pointer is off the mark, rebounded by Hutchinson. The Cougars now pushing the other way with a chance to bring this back within single digits. And the Cougars have been just trying to feed Pate here. And that was a little weird. They missed the double. A girl on the court screamed for the double, but then they called a travel. And you got to think that was just a makeup call because they missed the double.
Yeah. Said what I was thinking, and now we have a foul call on Coleman. Where it says she had her hands on her. A little hand check there, so. Now the bonus for the Panthers.
So now Schreffler will go to the free throw line here, and the Cougars kind of have an idea of what's working for them offensively, and that's going to the post to Pate, and they're trying to get her the ball. There's been a couple possessions. One led straight to a steal. Other time that led to a violation, which led to a turnover. As they're trying to get her the rock, they know that right now the Panthers don't really have a solution for her other than trying to get the ball before it gets to her.
Yeah, and I think it's about just being patient as Coleman trying to have a strong take, but taken away by Canada and then call for the travel violation. But it's, getting the ball into the post is, you got to take your time. You can't force it in there and cause a turnover, but you also can't wait all day to pass it because, post players, they post it hard for 3 to 5 seconds, and then eventually position is given up. So the original call before that travel call was a travel. Then they switched to the jump ball, which gave the Cougars the possession back, and then again another quick travel call. And you played men's basketball here at Averett. You now student coach, man of many talents. Corey Baldwin is, but one thing I've noticed through broadcasting is the refs look out a whole lot more for travel calls in women's basketball than they do men's. I feel like it's kind of one of the main calls or violations that is called throughout the game. Yeah, I can agree on that one. It's just, I guess, I don't know, ladies might have more of a tendency to shuffle the feet. But it goes on in both men and women's sports, but like you were saying, refs pick and choose when they want to call something. So
I just noticed that sometimes in the men's game they get away with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But women's game, you take one step without dribbling that ball, you're not giving away with the call. But now Hutchinson kicks it out to Coleman. Coleman taking a deep mid-range shot. It's going to be off the mark. Hutchinson fighting for the rebound. It's going to be off on Cabanis. She took a tough fall. She's been playing with a lot of energy as well here for the Panthers. They have a 15-point lead as Harden comes back into the game for the Panthers. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left on the clock in the half. So now Coleman gets it over to Sams. Sams now was going to try to hit the post, wasn't there, and tried to go elsewhere, and I don't think she really knew where she wanted to go after the post wasn't there.
And, you know, she was trying to make a jump pass, and that was one of the biggest no-nos from a coach to a player is try to limit all the jump passes as possible, because once you're in the air, you have nowhere but to come but down. So
now great defense there by the Cougars. Now Jones in transition. Nice move getting around the defender and gets it to go through contact there. No call, but does get the layup to go to bring it back within 13 points.
And Jones just has a soft touch on that basketball, you know. And, you know, the saying is big man, soft hand, but Jones is a guard, so for her to have that great touch is phenomenal.
She has a bunch of great moves that she makes as well, driving towards the basket. So the Cougars are sitting there screaming for a timeout, and they're preaching for a timeout, and they eventually got it. But we'll be right back after this quick timeout with Averett Sports Network with the remainder of the half. And we are back here after the quick timeout call here for the Cougars. 1:35 left in the half. The Cougars down 15, and that's going to give the ball right back here to the Panthers.
And, you know, Chris, that's the trend right now for the Cougars, man. You know, they see themselves getting on the run, and then a crucial turnover, which just kills all momentum.
So now Harden kicks it out to Cabanis. Cabanis taking her time there, gets it back out to Harden. It's a deep three this time by Martin.
And Martin has no conscience, man. You know, she's just any open space she gets, she's pulling. But, you know, I can't be mad at the mindset, but, man, we got to get a hand up on her.
As now Coleman through contact, no call here. It's going to be called out on the Panthers. So now we're going to see Evans and Garner come back towards the bench. Or, excuse me, the scorer's table, taking out Coleman and Sams. And head coach Driver has been kind of strategic with who she brings back into the game. We haven't seen Prosper yet. As Coach Driver, I know she's trying to save her for the second half so she can play as much as second half as she's willing based off the fouls. But
and another turnover there by the Cougars.
So now Martin defended closely by Hutchinson. And, you know, that's one of the things that makes Hutchinson such a great player is she's dominant on the glass, in the post, but she's also playing press defense on a ball handler coming up the court. You know, you're either good at one thing or the other, but she's good at multiple things that makes her just such a great player. She comes up with the rebound there. And now the Cougars pushing the other way, trying to bring down this lead a little bit before the half. 23 seconds on the clock. The bounce pass here is going to be.
And that's another ill-advised turnover there. I mean, it's 30 seconds left in the game. You get there on the shot clock, you know, you would want to get the last shot, especially trailing here in this second quarter, but opportunity for the Panthers.
Deep three here by Cabin. It's going to be off the mark into the hands of Evans. That will take us into the half. The Panthers currently up 44-26. We'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network with the remaining half of this one after the break. And we are back here with the second half of action. If you're just now tuning in, my name is Chris Richmond. Alongside me is Corey Baldwin. The Ferrum College Panthers are up 44-26 over the Averett University Cougars. Talia Prosper, who is just now checking in, did not see any playing time in the second quarter. She picked up she did start out the second quarter, but picked up her third at the beginning of the second, so didn't see the rest of the second quarter. She's making her first appearance since practically the end of the first.
Yeah, so well rested, as that shot by Harris is good, the little midi there. So, with Prosper coming back in now, hopefully, she knows can't be as aggressive on defense, where I cause a foul. And, legs are well rested, so she'll be able to get some good shots up as well.
It's one of those things that Coach Driver was resting her and saving her for the second half for a reason, so she can't go out there and give her a reason why she shouldn't have rested her going and picking up 2 quick fouls. So she's got to play smart so she could be on the floor and help her team out, try to bring down this deficit. So now Jones taking a quick 3 here for the Cougars off the mark, and it's rebounded by Lewis. Coming into this one, leading the way for the Cougars is going to be Natasha Pate, who's picked it up really at the end of the second quarter with 7 points. 5 of those coming back-to-back within a minute span.
Yeah.
On that and one layup that she made the free throw, and then right after that going up with another tough bucket. And she's also got 6 total rebounds as well, so she's leading the team in points and rebounds. She's on the bench right now, but I would expect her to come in as quick as possible for the Cougars. And leading the way, you got 2 people with 10 points, double-digit scoring for the Panthers coming into this one. Cabanis has 10, and also Schreffler has 10 as well. So that pass is going to be over the head of Cabanis, a little bit out of her reach. But besides that, you got two people with double-digit scoring for the Panthers, and also Asia Martin with 8 points, who hit 2 deep threes in the first half as well. So kind of spreading out the scoring a little bit. And that's going to happen when you put up 44 in the first half. So now Harris takes a 3. It's going to be off the mark, rebounded by Prosper. And she drives in through, gets the layup to go, and gets a chance at a 3-point play. And this is exactly the reason why Coach Driver was being smart and saving her for the second half, is you need her on the floor. Yeah. Now she makes things happen, going up, getting the offensive rebound, taking it out, and getting the bucket herself.
Yeah, Prosper is definitely a spark plug for this lady Cougars team here.
And this is one of the things that you have to see, because now you're taking an element out of her game when it comes defensively. Now that she has 3 fouls, she has to step it up a little bit on the offensive end, and so far she's doing so.
Yeah, and now you see the Cougars in the zone here as Garner gets the rebound. A great rebounding personnel for this ladies' team.
So now Jones is going to get it out to Harris. Harris thought about the 3, elects not to take it, gets it back to Jones on the right wing. She passes across court to Prosper. Prosper swings it to Harris. Harris takes the corner 3 off the mark, and Martin able to get up and get the rebound. So now Schreffler pushing the tempo here for the Panthers, kicks it over the Cabanis. Thought about the 3, didn't take it, gets it over the Lewis, and now the Panthers going to reset here. Canada, wide open mid-range, was expecting somebody to be in her face, but nobody was there, so she takes the mid-range shot and puts up 2 points here for the Panthers to take now a 17-point lead.
And that's just a lack of communication there. I mean, wide open was the Panther. That was Canada wide open for the mid-range. She just hit one as well, so definitely have to put a hand up on her. She's one of the key pieces for this Panthers team.
Schreffler now driving through, one of the pieces for the Cougars offense. They've been trying to get the ball down to the post, but have been throwing turnovers the whole first half, and you see them throw another turnover there as Prosper takes a 3, is off the mark. Schreffler missed the rebound, but Canada over there to finish it up. And now the Panthers push in transition. Schreffler's pass is going to go through the hands of Canada to give the ball right back to the Cougars. So we're going to have a media timeout here, and we have a few subs. We'll get you the subs after the quick break, so we'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network after the timeout. And we are back here after that media as the Cougars take the ball back here off of a quick turnover by the Panthers in transition. Now Evans into the game here for the Cougars. That's Prosper now coming off the screen by Pate, driving through, and that's going to be a jump ball. The arrow will keep it in favor of the Cougars. Or excuse me, it's going to be to the Panthers. A little miscue there.
And, you know, it's still a game here for the Cougars. I mean, despite the lead that the Panthers have, it's plenty of time. You know, it's 6 minutes left here, and we're only in the third.
It's now Martin taking a shot here off the mark. Great job by Lewis getting through and just getting the rebound here. Lewis has been playing well on the glass all night. Comes in. She only has 2 boards, but she's getting her hands on a lot of balls off of the rim, causing disruption in there, and giving the Panthers a second chance at some points here to extend their lead. It's now Coleman coming into the game for Prosper, being smart with her minutes, as Lewis going to go to the line here. First free throw is good for Lewis.
Yeah, Chris, another thing is this Panther team, they've made the most of their trips to the free throw line. Haven't seen them miss as many throughout this game.
So now Prosper has 4 fouls, so we probably won't see her again till the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I would imagine, with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third.
and you know, with having 3 fouls, you just got to be just a little bit smarter about the ones you pick and choose to go for. You know what I'm saying? You can still be aggressive, but you just have to pick and choose those opportunities.
It's now Evans with the ball here for the Cougars. 2 screens. She elects to go towards Pate. And now Jones drives through, gets tangled up there. And now the Panthers pushing the other way. That was good defense there by number 2 for the Panthers. As a shot, it's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Canada over Pate. That's going to be a foul call on the floor on Pate. Now Schreffler driving through, kicks it out. And that's going to be a jump ball.
So everybody's surprised with that call, but, you know, Cougar fans will take it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to take them where they come. And now in the game for the first time here for the Panthers, it's going to be Candela Perez Castellanos, a freshman guard out of Madrid, Spain, getting some minutes here for the Panthers. So now Jones gets it over to Evans. Evans thought about the 3 pumps, gets the defender in the air, takes the floaters off the mark, and now Lewis gets the ball to Schreffler, and the Panthers pushing the other way.
And her pump fake is, you know, one of the best ones I've seen here today, but she just got to find a way to hit that bunny right there in the middle of the floor, in the paint, excuse me, as Evans now.
She gets hit with her own teammate there, but it doesn't matter. Knocks down the 3, and that's what makes her pump fake so lethal, is she's able to shoot that 3 ball whenever she wants. So she knocks that one down, brings it back within 15 here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Now Canada driving through, a lot of contact, gets it to go, and that's just a tough bucket right there.
And she's made a lot of those today, this afternoon. I mean, just defense right there. She's still finding a way to make it go. So Canada's having herself a ball game here.
She's not really lighting up the score sheet per se, as Evans hits another 3, getting a little hot there. As Canada's not really lighting up the score sheet, but she's been hitting the wide open mid-ranges when needed. she's been going to get the boards when needed and making those tough layups when needed. So she's been definitely playing a big part into this lead as Gardner picks up a foul here, just reaching in like you mentioned earlier in the game.
Yeah, and you know, the refs are really calling it too, so you know, got to watch out for that.
And we'll be right back with Averett Sports Network after this quick timeout.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back here after that quick timeout. The Cougars back within 14 here as they're trying to put in a little run. Back-to-back threes here for Evans. But kind of putting themselves in trouble here, just giving up fouls and just giving up free chances at some points as the first free throw here for Castellanos is off. So the Cougars might dodge a bullet here as the first free throw is off the mark. Second free throw is off the mark as well. Garner gets the rebound, so the Cougars dodge one there, get the stop, and now Evans driving through, gets the foul call there. It's going to be called on Martin. So now Sam's back to Jones. Jones over to Gardner at the top of the key, driving through. Going to get hit with the travel there. Was looking for the pass out to the corner. Decided not to go with it, and it led to a travel call as Cabanis coming back into the game here for the Panthers, taking out Martin. So Martin appears to be a little shaken up coming out of the game. So great defense by Coleman there. And they're going to get her with the foul call there. Again, not a lot of cushion for these defenders here as Coleman picks up another one. I still think it was great defense, though, applying the pressure and trying to get back into this one. You're down 14. You got to start somewhere to build a little bit of momentum. And she was trying to do so as the energy was getting a little bit up as the first free throw is off the mark. So she might get a defensive stop here without even trying or actually getting a defensive stop. So second free throw is good. So only 1 point scored instead of two as Canada comes off and Huffman comes back into the game for the Panthers.
And, you know, with seeing Canada come out, I'm just trying to attack aggressively downhill as much as possible and take advantage of these opportunities. And as I say such, Evans, strong take down the middle.
On cue. It's almost like you play basketball or something. Evans cuts through and gets the layup to go. And this would be a great opportunity for the Cougars if they had Peyton to attack down low. You don't have those heavy hitters down in the paint that you have usually for the Panthers.
Yeah.
As Canada's out along with, I believe, Lewis. Yeah, I don't see Lewis on the floor, so Lewis is out as well.
Honestly, by the end of this third quarter, if the Cougars can get it within 10, you know, this could be a game heading into the fourth.
as this game was never really out of reach.
Right.
The Panthers had led as much as 18, but that was in the first half. They came in with an 18-point lead at the beginning of the second half, but the Cougars quickly brought that down a little bit, floated around the 16-point mark, 14-point mark, and now within 13 here. That's Sam's great effort to go in. I believe jump ball, or was it a foul?
It was a jump ball call.
Jump ball, position error will go to the Panthers.
Honestly, I think they call it so early, you know what I'm saying? Like, the ladies be having an opportunity to rip it out and get possession, as the possession they do get off the steal, and Rayana Evans tees up the tray. 10-point game.
As Evans hits her third three of the night. And a great effort by Gardner there on the baseline, just jumping up, causing havoc.
Yeah.
Just putting that pressure on the pass that was a little bit high. Went straight to Evans, and Evans, you know, she's already hit 2 straight. I wouldn't be surprised if the ball gets back to her on the three-point line and she takes another one here. Pump fakes, gets the person in the air, drives through off the mark. Gardner comes down with it but loses it. It's Cabinets trying to cut through. Great hustle by Harris to get down. And she goes straight up with it. I don't know about that call. Maybe a little bit of contact, but.
Oh, you know, I feel like she challenged her, had hands up. She never came down. You know, she never put her body into the body of Cabinets. So, you know.
And you see the men's basketball team, who has a game right after this one, right there with clear view. They threw their hands up as well, as they didn't really agree with the call either, but. You know, at the same time, I get paid to talk about the game, not to call the game.
Right.
So, you know.
And that first free throw is good by Cabinets, and she stops the bleeding as the Cougars had themselves a run going on.
The most you could say is smart foul by Harris, because either way, that was going to be a free transition layup, so at least make her earn the 2 free throws.
Right.
As well, and I believe Harris is not really in foul trouble. I believe she only has 2 or 3 fouls, so not in foul trouble. What's the worst that can come out of it? It's now Jones with the ball here at the top of the key, driving through, tries to get it to Pate. Well, it goes through the legs of Pate, but Sam's right there. Hutchinson takes a mid-range shot off the mark, and Martin comes up with the rebound. So you see Ferrum bringing in their starters back after Cougars went on a little run and taking advantage of that mismatch.
And another possession of Ole defense, allowing an easy drive there for Martin. Martin is coming back in, leaving, taking her where she left it.
Sams gets it over to Harris. Harris driving through, a lot of contact. Doesn't get the little jump shot to go, as it was a lot of contact, but she will go to the line to shoot 2.
And, you know, stop the clock here, third quarter. Have an opportunity to cut it to 12 if she can hit both free throws. And that first one short. And second free throw is good, so
not worst case scenario for the Cougars. Down 13, still 30 seconds, so they have a chance to get a stop and bring it back a little bit more here.
And that's the shooter right there.
And that's not who you want to leave open. That's a 3-pointer there for Martin. She gets it to go to bring it now to 16 points. Evans, the hot hand for the Cougars, off the court. So now Harris drives through contact, gets the floater to go. Tough bucket by her to bring it back within 14. And now the Panthers, I would imagine, will get last shot here of the third quarter. As Martin heat checks here, takes another 3 off the mark. Canada, offensive rebound, tries to get it to Martin. The shot was off the mark anyway. So we're going into the fourth quarter here. The Cougars down 14 points. Showed glimpse of good at the end of the third quarter, so we'll see what is in store for the fourth. So we'll be right back here with Averett Sports Network after the break. And we are back here with Averett Sports Network. The Cougars down 14 points as Harris now driving through. Hit a tough bucket to end the third quarter. Drives through there. Smart play there by the Panthers to get a jump ball there and take possession back. As they've been taking advantage of the Cougars keeping the ball low, driving through, trying not to get it stripped, but the Panthers doing a great job just getting a hand on it and forcing the jump ball.
And, you know, sometimes you just got to mix it around. As an offensive foul call, I believe that's on number 1 Cabinets. Oh, excuse me, that was 00, so that would be Canada called there for the offensive foul. But, you know, sometimes as an offensive player, you have to switch it up, you know, go low sometimes and then try to go high sometimes as well, so to avoid those jump ball calls.
I believe that's a deep three by Harris. Jones in the right place there for the offensive rebound. As I was just about to mention, I believe Jones does a good job at switching it up when driving through. She goes high and she goes low as sometimes as well. And quite frankly, she has good footwork coming in. There's not a lot of time left. Harris takes a deep three off the front of the rim. Pate comes up with the rebound, goes back up with it, and gets it to go. Just turns around, hand in the face, gets it to go, and that's what they need to see out of Natasha Pate coming into this fourth quarter. It's now Martin. Takes a three there off the mark. It called a foul on the floor on Pate. It says she pushed Canada, I believe. I don't know. I seen Canada swipe down at the ball when coming down. I don't know. I didn't see the push off, but
I believe they called that one on Hutchinson.
Oh, on Hutchinson. The 2-3 got me mixed. Okay. That's where the confusion was. I just see the 2-3, didn't necessarily see the order, but Cougars able to get the ball right back, so it didn't really matter. Forcing a
5-second violation, so phenomenal defense there by the Cougars here in this 12-point game. A lot of time left to make something shake here.
And if you're the Cougars, if you're going to build up momentum, this is exactly when you need to. Jones, takes a tough fall, a tough foul, but able to get it done and draw that foul there. Get them one step closer to the bonus. That will help them out a lot when it comes to later in the fourth quarter, especially being down. If you're able to draw those fouls and get free chances at some points there on the free throw line, that's going to come in clutch down the stretch. So now the Cougars, who had a couple mishaps inbounding the ball, gets it in to a wide open Sam. Sam's for three, gets it to go, and now the Cougars find themselves back within single digits, down 9. As you see the energy start to get up, miscue Schreffler in the right place. Jones tries to get a charge foul there.
Can't say I blame her. It was a nice try, but the rest weren't buying it. Now,
as they give the offensive foul there to Schreffler, and Pate just didn't budge there.
I'm baffled. You know, I don't know if that was the right call. To me, I think it should have been a no call, you know, a play on, but he called it, and, you know, in favor of your Cougars, so no complaints As the Cougars now try to set it up. Ned swings it out to Jones. Jones with the three.
Off the mark, Martin. Good rebound there for the Panthers. It's now Schreffler driving through, kicks it out to Cabinets. Schreffler's been doing a great job of facilitating the ball here tonight.
Yeah.
Has some great passes tonight. His deep mid-range shot, good there for Lewis. To bring it back to double digits. See Gardner coming towards the scores table along with Evans. Evans had a 10-point stretch there in the third quarter, so with the game being close like this, it's good to get Evans back in. As now Jones now on the wing. Swinging it around, gets it back over to Harris. Harris three. It's going to be off the front of the rim, rebounded there by Martin. Martin has been coming in clutch on the defensive rebounds for the Panthers.
And the best shooter wide open. That time front rim miss, rebounded by Harris. Harris pushing the break here.
And we haven't seen Prosper yet since she got taken out midway through the third. Imagine we'll see her, as that's going to be a quick turnover there for the Cougars. Imagine see her later in the fourth if it gets closer. So now Evans and Gardner comes back in, gives Pate a spell along with Hutchinson. And you know, that there's not too much fall off when it comes to the boards because Gardner is 8th in the ODAC, 7.1 rebounds a game, gets her boards as well. So we'll be right back after this timeout with the remainder of the fourth with Averett Sports Network. So we're back here with the remainder of the fourth quarter, 61-50 as Cabinets now bringing the ball up the court here. The Cougars in that press. The Panthers able to get it down and set up their offense here. Not in a rush here as they have a double-digit lead. They don't want to give away the ball here.
Right.
So they're being smart, passing around. Cabinets takes a deep three and with a hand in the face and can't play much better defense there other than just be on her. As that brings it to 14. Evans, three-pointer off the mark. Great job by Harris to follow the shot, though, and get a chance at some more points. Puts two up. Both of them won't go. Harden now comes up with the rebound. She brings it up the court here.
And nobody stopping ball. Easy lay there for Harden. Probably her easiest bucket of the night.
So now the Cougars go from down 9 to now back down to 16. Harris takes a deep three here to get some points back here. And
you know, Chris, it's about stops right now. You know, when you're losing, you can't be in a back and forth type of atmosphere. You got to find a way to get stops and score as well. So Cougars here in their 2-3 zone. Shot clock under 10 now.
Don't want to leave Martin in this situation. She has the hot hand here for the Panthers. Mid-range shot for Huffman. Goes in. At the buzzer there.
Yeah.
So great defense by the Cougars. They just slip up there at the end, and that's all it takes sometimes. Harris thought about taking another three. Just going to swing it over, and now Evans with the ball here. Cougars down 15. Not really in a position where they can take too much time with their possessions here.
Yeah.
And they definitely can't give away the ball at the same time. That's just wide open layup there again for the Panthers, and they're just getting buckets with ease right now.
Yeah, and it seems the ladies are allowing missed shots to affect their defense. They got to try to find a way to get out of the defensive funk here, as Jones has a strong take to the basket, misses, but will be at the free throw line for 2.
So 4 minutes and 28 seconds, not the ideal situation, but still a lot of time to get something going, as we're now seeing Prosper come back into the game. So that can be a huge component for the Cougars in this one, and also Peyton Hutchinson come back in. So Cougars hopefully get some more chances if they have some missed shots to have a second chance effort at going and getting it up.
And that first one for Jones is good. And the second one good as well for Jones. So now Cougar just have to get a stop on defense here.
Now Martin thought about the three, drives down baseline, kicks it out to Huffman, and she gets the three to go. So she just hit a mid-range at the shot clock, and then now gets the three to go. And there's not much you can do when the shots are falling.
Right.
It's now the Cougars trying to get some offense going. Pate through contact, can't get the roll in, but will go to the line to shoot 2. Pausing the clock for some action here, as Lewis was running like she was coming to the scorer's table, but I don't think she's going to check in quite yet. She just was subbed out as a key player here for the Panthers, especially late in the fourth quarter. So Pate is going to take another free throw here. That one's good. And the Cougars down 17 here. Cougars still applying the pressure on defense here, as Canada gets the shot up, doesn't go. Evans bobbles it around, but does come up with the defensive rebound. Now she's bringing up the ball here for the Cougars. Driving through. It's going to be off the mark. Got to think there could have been a little bit smarter shot there for the Cougars. I know you're not in this. You're not right in the point where you can set something up, but
can get a better shot. Yeah, I understand. I mean, it was a fresh 30 after the rebound. She got past half court with about 20-something seconds left, so definitely could have, if anything, got a high pick and roll or, something to free her up even better than the shot she took.
At this point, how the game's going, instead of that shot, I would try her luck again at another three-pointer, and that leads to a direct turnover on the inbound pass, which has been a struggle all game so far here, and that brings it to a 19-point lead, the largest lead of the night here for the Panthers. And the Cougars got to get something going here as Evans gets it down to Pate. Pate now in the post, draws a foul on Canada. And you got to think that a lot of this has come from Prosper being in foul trouble.
Yeah.
When it's one thing to game plan and come into a game having one player, or game plan and come into a game knowing a player's not going to be there. But when you game plan knowing that player's going to be there, and then quickly at the end of the first quarter is taken out, that's a big adjustment for your team. And Cougars have been kind of struggling with that adjustment here as Panthers come up with the rebound there off the missed free throws.
And now just trying to put pressure on these Panthers ball handlers here, forcing to cause a turnover of something.
It's Canada wide open mid-range off the mark, rebounded by Pate. And Panthers just been doing a great job of not giving up turnovers. And they get the charge there to take the ball right back. But the Cougars have been sitting in the zone, and when the Panthers get the ball up the court, they're doing a great job of not giving the ball away and finding the open shots. It's just a matter of when they hit them and when they don't. And, when the Cougars find themselves getting a little run, that's when the Panthers happen to be not hitting them.
Yeah.
But you see it get out of hand really quick when the Panthers start hitting their shots. A lot of it's been clutch shots by Huffman, who just subbed out. Two back-to-back shots, one at the end of the shot clock and then one in the corner. That's 5 points right there, clutch shots. With, as well, you got one possession wasting 30 whole seconds, and then you got one that wasted probably 15, 16 seconds. So that's 5 points and almost a minute in time wasted. As that mid-range is off the mark. 2 minutes and 13 seconds at down 18. I've seen crazier things happen, but you got to think it's starting to get a little bit out of reach in this one, especially when the shots aren't falling. It's the Panthers now here in no rush, trying to just run out the clock here. See Schreffler coming back to the scorer's table here, so she's going to come back into the game. Now under 2 minutes here, 1 minute and 47 seconds left. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Canada through contact, can't get the layup to go. Rebounded by Hutchinson. Cougars still have the foot on the gas pedal in terms of trying to get the ball down and score. It's Evans with the ball at the top of the key. Gets the three-pointer up. It's no good. Pate tries to get the offensive rebound. It's going to be off the mark.
Yeah, and then as you said, when the shots, as that foul be on Evans, as the shots stop falling, it transfers over to the defensive end, and the energy, the talk just isn't the same, which, and when it was about 4 minutes in the game, you know what I'm saying, that caused a couple open shots the Panthers got, and, the Panthers were able to connect on those open shots as well, So
1 minute, 17 seconds. Not a lot of time here. Down 18. Panthers, all they really have to do in this one is just dribble out the clock. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Pass down. It's going to be a turnover. Ends up in the hands of Evans. Evans now going to bring up the ball here. Going to get over to Harris. Harris takes a deep three at the top of the key. It is good. But a little bit too late here for the Cougars. Now Martin dribbling down. Shot clock at 12, so if they take the whole shot clock, they can get it under 20. So floater's good. Clock was off, I believe. So 31 seconds. Up 17. The Cougars can get this possession, but the Panthers, when they get the ball back, can just hold the ball for the whole clock. So Harris trying to run up the stat sheet there, driving through, draws a foul, and goes to the line to try to tack on 2 more points.
It was a hard-fought game by the Cougars. I mean, they found themselves down 15, fought back to get it within 9, and then Panthers made another run. It's just tough loss here. I think what it comes down to is Panthers just made more shots than they did, you know what I'm saying? Because I think they both had equal opportunities of open shots, you know what I'm saying? But the Panthers just was able to connect more, especially on the long jump shots, the three-pointers. Panthers probably had at least five more threes made than the Cougars, and threes are more than 2, so that all adds up in the end.
Yeah, like you said, there was never really a moment in the game where you're like, man, they're out of it. Like you had an idea that they were in it the whole game. They had runs that looked really good. They just couldn't string along those. And short enough spans in order to kind of bring down the lead. They got down back to single digits after being down 18 at the beginning of the fourth, but at the end couldn't never reel it in. Foul trouble came into a key here, and hitting free throws was a key here, and just hitting shots in general comes into play. So the final here with game number 1 in the Grant Center is going to be 77-61 as the women's game comes to an end. The men's team is set to tip off here at 4:30. So that's about 45 minutes here. So tune into that stream if you want to see the men's hoops. My man Corey Baldwin's going to be down there coaching them up. Big student coach this year, so we'll be looking forward to that. So we'll be here with Averett Sports Network at 4:30. This has been the end of this episode, and always remember, roll Cougs.